Like that, we should be live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. It is good to have you with us on this wonderful, wonderful Saturday afternoon. Hope you're having a good day. Good start to your weekend, all that good stuff. Today, we're just chilling. We're just gonna be chatting. I got back from PAX West beginning of this week. So I figured it'd be fun just to chat about PAX West, to catch up with you guys. Because we've got a few busy weeks ahead as well. So streams may be a little all over the place. We'll see. I can talk a little bit about that. Oh, thank you for subscribing on YouTube, Zany Gemini. Great to have you, friend. Yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy one, and it's going to get a little bit crazier coming up. I've got a vacation booked, which is really fun, but then I've also got Vid Summit, which is going to be really good and exciting and interesting, which is where we're doing SIF, our Creators in Fashion event, but therefore there's going to be a few weeks of like interrupted streams, let's put it. So I figured it'd just be fun just to sit down and catch up with you all. Who do we have with us? On the YouTube side, I'm seeing Steffi, I'm seeing Mad Maximus, JP, Ravenfire, we have Zekron, we have Akira, we have Ravi, we have Annie Goku, hello, we have I said Mad Maximus already, but hello regardless. We also have a Mystic, we have a Silent, we have a Heather. Ravi has been a member for 2 months. Congratulations, Ravi. Thank you for being part of the Dapper Kingdom, friend. We have a Toothless. We also have Vanessa. We've got The Wrong Man. Hi, good to have you. Came here from The Theory. Well, hello. Most welcome. On the Twitch side, we also have Dino the Dutch Angel Dragon. Wow, what a name. We have Phoenix, we have Golden Stone, we have Earthwing. Oh, Vanessa has been a member for 21 months. Congratulations. Thank you so much, friend, for supporting. We have Council of Kelpies also here. And Ab Grew. Hello, everybody. It's so good to have you all. Heather, it's been a while since I popped to the stream. I have to be an adult with a full-time job now. Yeah, welcome to the world, Heather. Welcome to the world of full-time employment. But I hope it's going well for you. I hope you're doing all right. Nice to be here. Well, it's so nice to have you. The Wrong Man. JP Ravenfire, thank you for being a member for 21 months as well. We're going to be hitting a few anniversaries of memberships, I believe, today. So bear with as those announcements come through. Adulting is a nightmare. It really is. It really is. It's like, it's not what anyone warned us about. Nobody warned us what being an adult was going to truly be like. Maria Reed, hello. New follower, Stellafia, I believe. But hello, you're most welcome. Not a gamer. Hi. How you doing? Good to see you. Tom, did you do the Instagram thingy? I didn't. Mystic. Mystic keeping me accountable. As always. I mean, my mods are always very good at keeping me accountable because, lo and behold, guys, I'm a bad streamer. Oh, a new subscriber, Dartha V. Hello, great to have you guys. Sorry, I know I just missed one. I was busy doing the Instagrams that I've been told I have to do. My mods are making me do it. Oh, a new follow from Gremit. Hello. Great to have you guys. Thanks so much. And link. Bam. Bam. Boom. Instagram done. I mean, you're very entertaining, so you're not saying, oh, well, Annie Goku, thank you so much. Appreciate that a lot. Kudos for one-upping Santi in his own video. Thank you! If you guys watch the food theory episode, you'll know Santi tried to trick me and fellow Brit Mike from Sorted Food in making a new Taco Bell item and trying to trick us into believing it was a real Taco Bell item. And I guessed every single one. So he got 0 points and I got all the bragging rights. It was a good moment for me. It was a very good moment for me. I think, again, all the food was good. I think Santi tried to be a little too different. I think it's one of those things. I don't think the items he made was necessarily, that were bad. They all tasted mostly fine. And so it could have been a Taco Bell item. Oh, a new subscriber on YouTube. Thank you, Namnong. I don't. There's a lot of in that. They were mostly fine, so he could have like submitted them, and I think he would have done okay. I think the issue came with when you're trying to trick people into believing they're a Taco Bell item. They were quite different to everything else on the plate. So like if he had another potato dish in the burrito round, maybe it wouldn't have fooled me, because I'm like, oh, there's clearly just potato at Taco Bell. Whereas because I was like, oh, these are 2 new ones, or because this is like the only one with potato, it stood out as weird. It's that kind of thing. So maybe that would have changed it, but who knows? Anything is possible. Someone should clip the squeezy motion as the iceberg moment. Also, I love that there are so many comments about me eating the burrito side on. And that's because I did that because of Good Mythical Morning. Because they say that, like, in Good Mythical Morning, they're going, this is the best way to get, like, all of the items in the burrito. Rather than at the end, you mostly just get a big bite of tortilla. So I did that, and everyone looked at me like I was a monster. And to be fair, I recognize it. I am a monster for eating it that way. But when I'm trying to understand what the flavors were, that was the best thing to do. Mods, I like their potato taco. Oh, actually, yeah. No, for sure. Did the food at least taste good? It tasted fine for the most part. I think I said it. The potato one, the sauce, didn't taste of much. The carne asada taco was nice. That did taste good. And the, what was it? The fries with cinnamon sugar. That was weird. That was very strange. Wasn't bad, but wasn't good either. GT Live, hello. So good to have you, friend. It's been a while. How you doing? Fine, rips Auntie's work. Hey, man. That's why I don't put him in my episode that's coming up in 3 weeks. Because Game Theory, the reason I was there is because Game Theory also did a collaboration with Sorted Food, and I think our videos are coming out in 3 weeks. Oh, no, 2 weeks at this point. So you have that to look forward to. Ray of Sunshine, hi. Was judging you until you explained. Yeah, a lot of people were. A lot of people in the comments were judging me, and I understand that. Oh, just checking. I'll do mine in a bit. That's just a thing I have to do. I have to do a thing for the summit. Ignore me. Tom maximizing his appearances while minimizing Santi's. Santi does have an appearance. I just get rid of him. But yeah, I did enjoy looking at the comments where it's like, again, it's clearly people who love Theorist, because they're literally like, Tom guessing everything he's saying and just ripping into Santi. Or like, yeah, Tom just guessing everything correctly is the best way to get back at Santi without saying a word. Back again, not a gamer. Hello. Also, I plan to watch the Game Theory video immediately after stream. Please do. It's a funny video. It was very much inspired after playing hours of it on stream. For those of you who don't know, we've just dropped a new Game Theory episode on Peak, which I think is funny and stupid and just a good lot of fun, generally. So, hopefully, people like that episode. Oh, I mean, you two do go hard. We do. We're at each other's throats the whole time, and that's what's fun about it. And in that whole episode, I kept calling him out because it's funny. Oh, Ravi, thank you. Prioritizing Tom here first, then host Tom later. Oh. No, wait, what's the Gen Z one? That one? I've been learning that from Dress Up Darling, because she does that a lot, rather than that one. She also does that one, which is weird. But anyway, but appreciate you. Thank you for the follow, Z Gamer. I've recently been glued to Silksong. We'll get to Silksong. I'll talk about Silk Song very, very soon. Gremit, enjoy the lurk. And now, Norful, unironically game theory video about Peak is Peak. It is, but thank you and hello. I can't do the finger heart one. The finger, like, I want to do that. Weirdly, my body wants to go into that, but it's that. Game theory Hollow Knight timeline. Oh, did you not see how people reacted to my Sonic timeline? I think I want to do an episode. Oh, the he X with it. Or the, oh no, O to Hex with it. Hello. O to Hex with it. Thank you so much. It's great to have you. But like, yeah, at some point I do want us to cover Silk Song, but I'll talk about Silk Song because I got to play it early at PAX, which was really, really fun. But, oh, my mic's a little hot. Why is my mic hot? But, is it hot? No, it seems to be okay. Actually, it just popped for a minute. Follow on Twitch. Hello, Fember. Hello. I hope Giggleland gets another video. It probably will. The problem was we just covered part 3 of the ARG, and then the demo dropped. And the demo, while it had some things, it didn't feel like big enough to do enough. And so we'll see what ARG part 3, because they're doing a third one before the game releases. And then when the game comes out, we probably will end up covering it. I love the Sonic timeline, especially you mentioned Chronicle Brotherhood. Great game. Thank you, JP Ravenfire. You are like the one person. Oh, poor Tom. I'm in the Sonic communities, and everywhere I go, you're getting called out posts. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Hello. Thank you for subscribing. I'm aware that people do not like this video. But the thing is, it's one of those challenges where there is no right answer. Because any changes you suggest to make things make sense will get called out as being wrong in somebody's eyes. That's just the way Sonic content goes. We had the same thing when we did a Sonic Frontiers video. It's just something we've learned, sadly, which is really unfortunate because I like doing Sonic videos, and like the Sonic timeline was a really fun one to do, of going, hey, if you're just going to put things in date order, why didn't you not include all these other games? And also, there are some of these games that don't fit that order. So let's rearrange them. I know people didn't like the fact that I called out the interview with Ian Flynn as being like a definitive placement for some of these games and thought it was too obscure, which I think is an interesting choice. I also thought it was just interesting that people, again, I knew that people wouldn't like my discussion on Blaze and how Blaze transfers dimensions rather than dying. That's been something where people have been really, really keen on her just being dead at the end of it and that being the end of the timeline, which I understand, but... Oh, thank you for the follow, Inferno. And so I know people wouldn't like that either, but it's just like, look, this makes the most sense and helps with this branch, and like it gives a branching timeline. It's really interesting. It does make sense, but yeah. I didn't even know Tom was under fire for the timeline. Yeah, it's just one of those things. If we ever make a timeline video, basically, if we make a timeline video on anything other than like indie horror stuff, which we're pretty like much seen as like authorities in that space, we get a lot of flack for it. If we do lore videos on Sonic is normally a big one. If we do lore videos on, I mean, FNAF obviously always gets a lot of flack for lore stuff. There's a few franchises we like to cover that we just get a lot of flack for if we're not careful. Like, not if we're not careful, we just get a lot of flack for, regardless of how careful we are. It's unfortunate. Because I really like that Sonic episode. I'm really proud of it. I think it's a good episode. But the Sonic community don't like it. And that's fine. Like, the fact is, I don't really make it for the Sonic community. I make it for the theorist community. And, like, me as a fan of Sonic going, hey, this is my interpretation of this. But, alas, it is what it is. I mean, if we care enough about the author's options to fix a timeline, the opinion of God has sway. So I think it's fair game. Exactly, right? It's fair game. It's okay to disagree with you, but some people need to take it less seriously. Akira, that is correct. Thank you for the follow. That is Doesn't controversy drive up engagement, though? It can do. Not always, but it can do. It's more the numbers go up, but my mental health goes down. And so you have to balance you have to balance that differentiation, right? Of like, how much mental health am I willing to lose for the sake of better engagement? Like, we don't... The fact is, people look at it as if we try to piss people off. They're like, oh, Tom didn't do his research. He's actively, like, misinforming people. I'm like, no, I did a bunch of research. Hence the theory we came up with. It just differs from what other people like or think, and that's okay. Like, and yeah, it's that thing of people need to take it a bit less seriously. It's a theory. It's an idea. It's an option for what this could be, not strictly the definitive idea. Like, we talk confidently, so I go, I fixed the timeline. Sure, because that works in terms of engagement. But, like, if you don't like the theory, that's fine. You can have your own opinion, like, and have your own timeline theory. That's cool. It's fine. Yeah, people get worked up over a flipping video game, right? Tagline is literally, it's just a theory. People gotta listen. Yeah, I know, right? I did see someone asking about... where did I see that? It's like there are things that I didn't agree with Matt Pat's FNAF stuff, and I was proven wrong, but none of that, you know, did ever... I post anything hateful. I just don't agree. Yeah, that's fine. Exactly. Council of Kelpies. So... Yeah, to be fair, Sonic ones on game theory have always been divisive. It's true. It's very, very true. And I saw someone saying about doing Kingdom Hearts. I have a Kingdom Hearts theory in the backlog that at some point I would love to do. We just have to figure out when we do it. Probably when we actually have some actual news about, like, a Kingdom Hearts 4 release date or something. But anyway, let's move on from Sonic. That was last week's theory, so people will forget about it in a week. It's fine. Give it a week or two and no one will be talking about the Sonic timeline ever again. I disagree with theories in the past, but like, why get mad about it? Exactly. Where is the tea? Isn't it this tea with Tom? It should be Jar, but it's the middle of the day and it's too hot for tea, so I've got GamerSups instead, which you can get at gamersups.gg/game theory for 10% off. So, in the words of Rye, consume product. Pink, coming straight from the Peak Theory. Hello! It's so great to have you. Bone Lab Theory. Maybe at some point, like, I'd want them to... We kind of missed the boat on Bone Lab. I'd love for them to... release something else. If they release something new, then maybe we'll go back to it. Tom Jericho is here. Well, hi, Jericho. How you doing, friend? So how was PAX? PAX was wonderful. Tom acknowledged the great I wanted to do. I did! Salty Excreta, hello. It's great to have you. Erin, hi. Just finished an a Keurig ice refresher. Nice. Did it break? Did what break? Not telling people to acknowledge me, I swear. You deserve some acknowledgement, Jericho. Your edits are pretty fire. And you edited part of today's theory. Rude Plays, hi. It's 7 p.m. where I am. What time is it where you are? It is 1:30 p.m. where I am, Jar. I'm on the east coast of the United States these days. Gorifan, I just saw your peak game theory and I love. You said Big Bong is our god. All hail Big Bong. Tom, do you know about the Roblox situation? I do. Have you noticed there's not been a Roblox theory in a hot minute on game theory? Cyber, hello. Yes, I am very aware of the Roblox situation, and it's kind of crazy. The Papa Baker, hello. The Ultimate Hero Production. New follow on Twitch. Hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I love Tatsuya Nomura said that Kingdom Hearts 4 is on track for their intended release date. We just don't know what that release date is, I don't think. But how was PAX? Yes, we keep getting distracted from PAX. Tom, bot broke on Twitch, as in our Streamlabs bot? Are we ever getting a Frambo theory? Maybe. Again, I know there's something new coming out, so I'm intrigued to see. The challenge we had with Frambo is the story's just kind of there. So it's hard to theorize about. Oh, new subscriber on YouTube, The Ultimate Hero Productions. Thank you so much. Yep, our cloud bot isn't working on Twitch for some reason. It should now be. I've never heard of I Am Your Beast. I'll have to check it out. What happened at PAX West? Right, let's go. Matt said he'd do Frambo like 11 years ago. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't. Other than what he told me, which is the story's kind of there, so it's a little bit tricky to do. But anyway, we'll see. Right, PAX. We're going to talk about PAX now. Because I keep saying I'm going to. New subscriber Evan on YouTube. Thank you so much, friend. So, PAX. I flew into PAX on Friday night. So, first thing Monday morning, I was invited. I got some very, very special treatment. I got invited to work on, or not to work on, to come to a special hidden room backstage. So I didn't have to queue up for all of the Nintendo Switch 2 demos. They were a massive section of PAX. They were huge. And the queues were insane. Insanely long. But I got invited to go to their special green room for creators. I don't have my photos loaded. I'm going to do a post later today, so you'll see some of the stuff that Nintendo has that I got to do with Nintendo. I'll be posting that later today. Hello, Oogie. Oogie D. Oogie D. But thank you for following. And so the first thing I did was got to play Pokemon ZA, which I was very, very, because basically we had a number to go and play Kirby Air Riders. But I was in the second group, so I was like, oh, you got 45 minutes. What other games do you want to play? And I looked around and I went like, Pokemon. Let me play Pokemon. So I played Pokemon, and it's really funny. So for those of you who don't know, Pokemon ZA is open world, but it's also got Earthwing. I say ZA because it is copyrighted and trademarked as ZA. And so it is, the official name is ZA, not ZA. So copyright law and trademarks. But I basically, for those of you who don't know, it is real-time battling. It is not turn-based, which a lot of people clearly struggled with. But I took to it like a duck to water because as you've all seen on this channel, I play a lot of Kingdom Hearts, which is real-time RPGs. So we are given a team of like level 8 Pokemon. So I fought a few battles, and then they were like, oh, by the way, there's a secret boss here. There's a level 18 Pidgeotto, which only 5 people out of the thousands who have demoed this game have been able to beat. Because your level 8 Pokemon, you have a Mareep, a Chikorita, a Weedle, and a Fletchling. That's all you got. So you had one that was neutral, or not very effective, one that was super effective, and 2 that were weak too. Hello, Astrid! Thank you for the follow. And so I did it, and I won. I beat that Pidgeotto within an inch of its life. So everyone was very shocked. I suddenly realized gathering around me were a bunch of Nintendo employees all watching me play. They then put me into a mega battle against Mega Absol. And that's interesting because not only does your Pokemon, hello, thank you for subscribing, Alfana. Not only do you have to get your Pokemon to dodge and attack and Mega Evolve, thank you for the follow, Cole. You also have to dodge in real time. So you as the Pokemon is attacking you, the player. And so I did it. I played, I beat the thing, only to discover I'd accidentally done a hitless run and didn't take a single hit. Me or my Pokemon didn't take a single hit from Absol. And so this crew of Nintendo employees were watching me and were like, why are you so good at this? And I won. There was claps, there was cheering. And I turned around and they were like, why are you so good? And I literally just went, I play a lot of Kingdom Hearts. But no, it was really good because then I had a couple people. One person came up to me who was one of their influencer marketing people. They knew who we were. They knew Game Theorist. And so they were like, oh, like, I've got to watch some of your old Pokemon stuff. Like, are you excited for this? What are you looking at? What sort of stuff are you interested in? And then I had another one who was clearly coming. They were clearly interested in like feedback. Like the game's obviously due to come out. Remember to hydrate, people. They were clearly looking for feedback. Jessica, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. But they also they told me. So let me tell you. So they were asking for feedback. So they were like, how do you feel about the new types of mechanics? And my honest thoughts were, it worked surprisingly well. A lot of people are very nervous about these real-time mechanics, and I know I was. But it actually feels really normal. Not a gamer, maybe. And so I basically, like, I was just talking to them and I said, I was worried about this real-time mechanics, but it actually works surprisingly well. But it's different. And so I said, the problem you're going to face and the reason why you're getting divided results, I think new players will be fine because new players will adapt quickly. The issue you're going to have is with the divide between old players. There are going to be two player bases from your older generation of players. One will be people like me who are like, ooh, this is different. This is a challenge and I have to recalibrate my brain to figure out how this now works. Because, like, the way you approach battles is entirely different in real-time strategy. And so I'm like, oh, actually, this is fun because this makes the game harder. This makes the game more difficult. And so I have to recalibrate. And so I can go into this game not immediately. Like, I know I was good for the demo, but I'm sure there's going to be challenges and I'm not going to be immediately good with the game. I even found that with Legends Arceus, that I wasn't immediately great at the game because there's a load of other factors. And that's fun for me as someone who's been part of the Pokemon franchise forever. And I said to them, I'm like, I'm sure when Generation 10 comes out, I am going to get through it like this because I just know Pokemon. I know all the type advantages and disadvantages. I know how the series works. I understand the mechanics. I'm just going to fly through it like I did with all the previous games. But Legends ZA is absolutely going to be a different kind of challenge, and I think that's going to be interesting, and so I'm excited for that. It also just feels like a natural evolution. They went open world with Arceus, and now it's open world with real-time battling. That just feels like a natural progression. The other half of the audience is going to be pissed. Mr. Redhead, hello. It's going to be pissed that this change has happened, because they used to be good at the game. And now they're not going to be good at the game because the battling mechanics are different. And so they're going to be pissed off going, oh, they changed it. It's not as good as it used to be. And it's not that the game isn't good. It's just that they're not good at it anymore. Because the mechanics are different. And like, it's like, you know, you can't necessarily take someone who's good at shooters and put them into Minecraft and expect them to be good. Like, they're different kinds of games. It's a different set of mechanics. And so that is very much what I'm expecting, like, the divide to be. And he looked at me and went, that's more detail than I've gotten from anyone. He's like, normally I'm having to pull teeth and get follow-up questions. You have given me the most detailed and best answer I've had. And I was just like, dude, if you know what my channel is, we overthink for a living. You don't have to ask me a lot to get me going. So, yeah. So that was my thought on ZA. I think there are going to be some people that love it, some people that hate it. It is different, but it is interesting, and it worked surprisingly well from what I expected. So ZA gets an approval. I'm going to get it, but I only have a Switch 1. So we'll see how it handles on Switch 1. But as a general game, I like it. I think it's really good. Did they invite you without knowing about Game Theory? No, they knew I was They knew I was there because of Game Theory, because I did a panel, and we'll get to. I'm literally like, that's the next thing I did was the panel, so we'll talk about that. But I was... Salty, I said I'd look into it. So we can stop talking about that or requesting that. I said I'd look into it. But also just remember that one of the rules here is we don't ask for theories to be made. Like, I've been nice, but this is my personal stream, not a work stream. So while I can talk about theory at my discretion, but I request that people don't ask about theories or don't request theories off of me. Like, that is up to my discretion. But I said I'll look into it. Let's leave it at that. New subscriber on YouTube, The Villain, thank you so much. If you want to make a, if people want to make theory requests, I highly recommend you go onto the subreddit. The subreddit has a game theory suggestions tab, which I do check regularly to see what people want. So go onto the subreddit, post it there. I do check that, so that's the place to go. Vidabel, thank you so much for watching. Great to have you. But cool. So that's that. But yeah, so they did know that I was game theory, or at least, again, they knew that game theory would have been next to my name, but obviously not all the people there had the list, so they would just see me as an influencer playing a game. So not everyone knew who I was. It was mostly like the lead influencer marketers who knew. Frederick, hello, the British gamer. It is me, hello. And so the next thing I then got to play was Kirby Air Riders. That game's chaotic. That is ADHD the game. Have I watched K-pop Demon Hunters? Yes, I have, Heather. Love it. It's great. Lol, do you know who I am? I never pull that card. If I pull that card, you have permission to shoot me. Because, like, my gosh, I never want to be that person who's like, do you know who I am? Like, if I say it, it's normally as a joke. What do you mean ADHD game? There is a lot happening in Kirby Air Riders. If you've ever played the original, it's a lot of stuff happening. It is not called a racing game. They are calling it an action vehicle game. Because there's racing, there's battles, there's a bunch of power-ups, there's like up and down gliding mechanics. You're battling like physically, you're not like throwing projectiles, you're literally ramming into other cars. There is so much happening all the time, all over the place. I won. I came first and or second in most things, but Smash the racing game, kind of. It is very Smash coded in its stylings. It is impossible to keep up with. Speaking of racing games, did you play Sonic Cross Worlds Network Test? I didn't. I'm going to play the next demo with Rai. It's just awful. Like, no, it's not awful. It was awful in terms of trying to keep up. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure it's for me, you know? I'm not sure it's going to be for me, but it's fun, and there will be people that love that game. So that was good. That was exciting. I also did very well on that one. I got to play Silk Song, which was really fun. Who'd you all meet at PAX? Any fans? We'll get there, Mystic. We will absolutely get there. Yeah, so I then got to play Silk Song early. It is tight. I haven't played it since, so I need to download it and play it. It is real tight. It is a really tight game. Again, I ended up with a crowd because there was a difficult boss and I was getting better and better. Sadly, there was a queue forming, and so I didn't get to beat that boss. I fought it like 4 times, and each time I was getting closer and getting better. And they could all see that and were all cheering for me, but I was like, look, there's a queue. I don't want to hold everyone up. So, you know, I'm going to stop for now, but it was really fun. Tom, if you ever put Do You Know Who I Am card, I have permission to send my former roommate a 6-foot color card. Like, to whack you. Yeah, Heather, there you go. That'll do it. So yeah, so that's a thing. But that was really fun. I really loved Silk Song. That was really, really fun to play. Really, really enjoyed it. Just very simple but good, and you feel yourself getting better. The controls are so simple and so tight that you feel like every time you die, you understand where you went wrong. And you're not going, the game screwed me on that one. That was a you mistake. And so you can get better from it. It's great. Oh, Effaly, thank you so much for subscribing. So there was that. And then the final one I got to play, Scobs, hi. So good to have you, friend. Playing Counter-Strike, I started lagging. I didn't realize it was an hour. It was the hour 6 song released. Yep, that'll do it. The final game I got to play was Borderlands 4. I'll be really honest. It's just kind of fine. I mean, it was on Switch 2, which is never going to be the best platform for it, but it, the boss didn't load. So I got to a boss, and the boss battle started, and the boss was invisible. Like, and it wasn't meant to be. It just didn't load in. So I was literally firing at nothing, and then my demo ended, like, because it's timed. And so they just were like, oh, okay. And they were making notes to try and fix it, I'm sure. Have you played any of the previous Borderlands? I played bits. Thank you for the follow. And so I was just a bit like, it's fine. If you like shooter games, like first-person shooters, and like sort of spacey tech, it's fine. But I just wasn't that sold. Again, they didn't get us to play any of the story elements. It was just a vault I got to play. So it was just a lot of shooting. And I'm just like, this just doesn't interest me in the same way. I've been told Borderlands 2 is the best one. So yeah, again, it was a shame that it didn't run super well. Thank you for subscribing, Scobs. Yeah, it was a shame that it didn't do much. Like, it didn't add anything from what I know. And it just, and again, because we weren't doing any of the story stuff, it was just shooting. And I'm like, this is just like every shooter game, really. Thank you, Philip, for the follow. So yeah, but that was my Nintendo experience. Plus, I got Starbucks coffee and scones and muffins. And so they looked after us well. They were lovely, lovely people. I'm hoping to connect with them soon. And maybe we can try and do something, either personally or for Game Theory. Either or would be great. But that was lovely. Next on my agenda. Learn about this in Game Theory. Well, thank you so much. Drehankreshi, I'm guessing. I apologize if that's not how that's pronounced, but oh my goodness. I hope you go to PAX next year. I'd like to go to PAX next year, Inferno. Do you like coffee? I do. I'm a big coffee fan. Starbucks coffee's kind of fine, but I do love me a coffee. I'm guessing Dr. Rayhan. Might be. That could be correct. Dr. Rayhan, hello. Hi, Christ, good news. Hello. It's great to have you. Have you heard the news of our Lord and Savior Bing Bong? Are you Starbucks or Dunkin'? Ooh. I'm actually I mean, neither's great, to be honest. But I do like Dunkin'. I have enjoyed Dunkin'. I get Starbucks more, but I do like Dunkin'. You're right, Starbucks coffee is a bit burnt. I agree with that. Oh, you say scone that way. Yes, I do. I'm from the south of England, where we are posh, supposedly. And so I say scone. Cold brew is the way to go with Starbucks. Yeah, just because it means it's less likely to have that burnt taste. New subscriber, Melody. Thank you so much. Melody Muse. I was also going to call you Melody Moose, and that would have been very rude of me. But thank you so much for joining, guys. It's great to have you. Have you ever been to the Netherlands? I've not, sadly. I'd like to go to the Netherlands at some point. Would you like Morgana, Banban, or Poppy? Is that even a question? It's Poppy. Obviously, I'm the Poppy guy. I am the Poppy theorist. Where Matt was the FNAF theorist, I am the Poppy theorist. Dunkin' went bankrupt in the Netherlands. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like, there's not really Dunkin' in the UK either. There's Starbucks, but there's no Dunkin'. Do you know... Oh, I want to talk about this. This is a break in my timeline of PAX. But I was literally about to get on a flight home from PAX. And do you know what there was? Costa Coffee at the airport. For those of you who don't know, Costa is like the coffee chain in the UK. Like, it beats Starbucks in the UK as a coffee brand. And it's a British brand. It's owned by Coca-Cola now, I think. And so they're trying to branch out. I was shocked to find there was a Costa in in Seattle. And trust me, Costa, way better than Starbucks. Just putting it out there. There are actually Dunkin' in the UK, just not many options. That's fair. Again, I never encountered one. Speaking of Matt Pat, how's he doing? He's doing well. He's gone back from his trip to Japan. I saw him, last week? So he's doing well. He and Stephanie are having a great time in retirement and love Japan. They're doing really well. They're loving life and having the much-deserved break. Can you believe we're coming up to a year of them not being in the company anymore? I think once they hit a year of having not been in the company, they'll probably start trying to do some other stuff. I mean, they're also doing the Creator Caucus and Congress and all of that jazz. So they're doing a lot of really good and interesting stuff. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see them pop up doing some new kind of, not a YouTube channel, but like just some new projects, right? Didn't know you had your own channel. That's cool. DTD. It's so good to have you, friend. Thanks so much for tuning in. Isn't Matt set to be at SIF? He is set to be at SIF. He's going to be the MC, one of the MCs. New subscriber, Banit. Hello. Great to have you. Yeah, no, he is due. Scarlet Day as well. Hello. Yeah, he's due to be at SIF, which is going to be fun. I really miss Lawfi. Yeah, I know. We miss Lawfi too. It's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. The Villain, big fan. Well, hello. It's so good to have you. Thanks so much for tuning in, friend. Hope you're doing well. Right, so next on my PAX journey. Say aluminium. Aluminum. Diamond Ninja, hello. Great to have you. Wait, what happened to Lawfi? So there's still music for Lawfi. Lawfi is still releasing music, but like the lore element, the story element. Jade, congratulations on being a member for 6 months. The lore element is just, we've stopped production on that side of it and the animations and stuff for that. So it's just a lo-fi channel at this point. It was just costing a lot of money, and the views and stuff weren't really matching what we needed to sustain it long term. So sadly, it is what it is. It did really make us feel like junior theorists. Well, I'm glad that worked. I'm glad that you guys felt like that. Thank you for subscribing, Diamond Ninja. Yeah, it's the challenge. Like, it's the challenge of us. We run a company, right? We have employees. We have a lot of employees at this point. We are a company of about 25 people. And so launching projects, it's why Dan's no longer with the company, because he was a Lawfi employee at the end. And so it's just one of those things of like, he had a salary, but we couldn't pay his salary with the income we were gaining from Lawfi. So it just was one of those things, like the music was relatively cheap to produce, actually. But the animations and the story direction and the time and the scripting and that stuff just took way, way too long and took too much. And so sadly, it just had to go the way. I still encourage you to listen to it. It's good music. And it's good chill stuff, even outside of the ARG stuff. But yeah. I got the Matt Pat YouTubes right next to me. Mine is over there. You can see him. What's your favorite animal? Favorite animal these days? I'm a big fan of tigers. I like tigers. First time chat, mine, Hack, hello. Great to have you. Uwu. Get an Uwu for free there. My favorite song, I mean, I like the very first one. It's the one that Ryder wrote. I forget what it is. Favorite song general. Favorite song general? Don't know. I've got too many. Thank you for subscribing, Diego. Great to have you, friend. Yes, PAX. Back on track. Let's go for PAX. So PAX. Next thing I did. What was the story supposed to be? I don't know. DTD. Because I was never told the story. We were going to do a theory on it at one point, but it doesn't make sense to do it now that it's over. So we'll leave that one for you guys to figure out. Right. PAX. So the next thing I did at PAX, before I get distracted, next thing I did at PAX was my panel. Me and the wonderful Alt Tabs Cozy Horror. Please go and follow her on Twitch and YouTube. She organized a panel for us where basically it was FNAF 21 questions. So Tabs and I came up with characters, and the audience had 21 questions to guess the characters. And it was so fun. It was so fun. Really casual, really easy. Just us chatting and basically having the audience, you know, like just guess stuff. And like we went for some easy ones. We had like the Mimic. We had Michael Afton. We had, and then we went for some obscure, slightly more obscure ones. We had like Ned Bear. We had, who else did we have that was slightly more obscure? I forget. We did quite a lot. But the best moment was Tabs has chosen a specific character every single time, and no audience has guessed it. It is the Pigtail Girl. I think her fandom name is Cindy from FNAF 4's minigame, the one with the Springtrap toy. And she picks her every single time, and no one guessed it. This audience got it. They guessed it within 21 questions. It was very impressive. They did very, very well. It was very impressive. They got mine, which was Little Joe. They got Little Joe, which I was very impressed with. That one was hard. And, of course, I got to meet the wonderful mod that is Zekrom. Zekrom came to see and was there for that panel and was really fun. So it was great to get to meet your Zekrom and hang out and do some, and like get some food and just chill for a bit. That was a good, much needed break for me. Did someone pick Old Man Consequences? No, I didn't. Funnily enough, Pink, everyone after basically afterwards, there was an impromptu meetup. So I had a line of people wanting autographs and to take photos and that sort of stuff. It was lovely, really lovely. I posted some of them on my my stories. So really lovely people, and they were like, everyone was going, "You should have picked Old Man Consequences," and I was like, I should have done. I should have picked Old Man Consequences. That would have been great. So we didn't pick Old Man Consequences, but that was just a really fun panel. I'm hoping me and Tabs will get to do it again at another convention at some point, because it was really fun. Oh, the music stopped. There it is. So yeah, that was good. And we got to, and then I got to meet lovely, lovely people. Kaneko, hello. Great to have you, friend. Oh, thank you for following. Oh, for subscribing even. Abraham, hello. Is that a pylon? Or is this a pylon? Hello. Can't stay. Busy, but I wanted to say hi. Well, hello. You're most welcome, friend. It's good to see you. Thank you for the new follow. Sri Jan the Gamer. But yeah. But yeah, no, it was lovely to get to meet all these people. There were so many people of different ages, and some were in cosplay, some were just like kids, some were grown-ups. It was really sweet. Sir Green, hi. And Strawberry Tricks, hello. Great to have you as well. It was, yeah, but just really fun to get to meet a bunch of people. I signed all sorts. I signed jackets. I signed plushies. I signed books. I signed a lot of badges. People wanted me to sign their badge. Happy that Tom is streaming on my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Pylon. So great to have you. So that's been really, that was a really fun, really enjoyable time. Really, really loved getting to do that and get to meet you guys. So yeah, if you do see me at a convention or anywhere, say hi. It's always fun to get to meet you guys. Have you traveled to other countries? I mean, I travel a lot on vacation. I haven't traveled to a lot of like cons or anything like that abroad. So I did, so I used to live in the UK. I traveled to the States a lot, but I've also traveled for vacation to a lot of Europe and a lot of other places. Oh yeah, I got to meet Zekrom's brothers as well. That was really fun. If I see you, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, it's Steffi's husband. I mean, that's fair. Before I took over Game Theory, the rule was always, if you see me and Matt, you have to come up to me and go, oh my gosh, you're Dapper Mr. Tom, and ignore Matt entirely. But now that I'm the game theorist, I totally understand that has to transfer to someone else. New follow from the Inferno Bagel. Hello, great to have you, friend. But yeah, so after that, my chill time, like my time became a lot more chill after that. All right, I have to go, Tom. Really cool seeing you. I didn't know you streamed. Well, now you do, and I hope you get to join us for more streams in future, Inferno. It's so great to have you. Thank you so much for tuning in, buddy. But yeah, so I basically, it was much more chill after that point. So I went and had a break. I then went and got dinner with the wonderful, if you don't know them, I'm sure we can probably give them a shout out on Twitch, but the wonderful Tetrabit Gaming. The wonderful, wonderful Tetrabit Gaming. They are so lovely. For those of you who don't know the lore, Tetrabit was on our talkback for Security Breach back in 2021. And he was back doing that with us. That was because at the time, if you guys don't remember, back in Security Breach days, Matt was basically the only theorist left. A lot of the guys like Dorko and 8-Bit and people who had been part of his talkback for FNAF 4 were no longer theorizing quite as much. Like Dorko still kind of was. But there weren't, like 8-Bit Ryan, Razbowski, all those guys weren't really doing that anymore. And so we were like, well, who do we get? And so we got Tetrabit, because he was breaking the game, going through the game files, and so there was a bunch of lore bits we could talk about and discuss with him. And so I've been in contact with him ever since. He's really, really lovely, really wonderful. If you like sort of seeing game files, behind the scenes, and speedrun stuff, he's a great watch. Please do go and subscribe to him or follow him. He's wonderful. But yeah, so I did a lot of the convention with him and his wife and some of his friends, who were great. So that was really, really fun. And so, yeah, so we went and got dinner. We hung out. We talked about YouTube. We talked about personal life. It was wonderful. And then me, him, Tabs, and some of his friends went to... Oh, I also got to meet Arlo, was one of his friends that we went to dinner with. If you guys know Arlo on YouTube, he's the Muppet that does, like, game reviews and stuff. So I got to meet him. Inferno Bagel, hello, first time chat. Hey, Tom, is the host... Hey, how is the host of Game Theory going? Is it fun or is there some stress of being a host of a big channel? I will answer that question. Let me just finish the story about Tetrabit, but I will answer that because it's a very good question. So yeah, so I got to meet Arlo and a bunch of these people. We then went to... Thank you for the follow, Professor Leo. Yeah, we then went to... Oh, and a new subscriber, Christ, good news. Thank you so much. So then we went to dinner, and then we went to see the 8-Bit Big Band, who are on YouTube. You can watch them. They're fantastic. They play a lot of big band versions of video game soundtracks, like jazz music. And they did Still Alive from Portal, which is the song I knew them from 6 years ago. But we went and got to go see them. They were fantastic. My dream now is to sing with their big band. That is the dream. So we got to do that, and it was truly, truly wonderful. It was a really, really good, fun experience. I highly recommend you go watch them on YouTube. If you are in, I think it's Dallas, New York, LA, Boston, or London, highly recommend you go and meet them. Akira, we will get to JT Music as well. But yeah, so they were wonderful. Truly, truly wonderful people. Loved getting to, like, watch them. Didn't get to meet them, sadly, but me, Tetrabit, and Tabs loved it. Really, really good fun. So let me go back to that question. How is host of Game Theory going? Is it fun or is it a lot stressful being a host of a big channel? Some and some. It's a bit of both. I love getting to do some of the theories we get to do. Like, I loved the peak theory. It's so dumb and silly. I love getting to do silly theories like that. I've got a silly theory in the works right now. I've just been finishing up for DK, which is really fun. I also love getting to do the more serious stuff. I do love getting to do, like, the Sonic timeline. I really loved getting to do the FNAF theories or the Poppy theories. Hello, Red Kitsune8. It's great to have you. Thanks for following. I love getting to do all of that stuff. It is really fun. And then I love getting to do things like panels at conventions or go to conventions and meet people. There's a bunch of stuff that I really, really enjoy doing, but it is stressful. Like, I'm the leader of a company and a channel, and so there are employees that I'm responsible for. There are business decisions I'm responsible for. As we kind of alluded to earlier, we haven't done a Roblox theory in a while. There's a lot of controversy around Roblox right now, and so we've kind of had to say, hey, we're not going to do Roblox for a while until Roblox sorts its act out. The problem is, Roblox performs really well, but therefore we haven't got like high performers at the minute because Roblox shot itself in the foot. And so there's the stress of going, right, we need to make sure we're getting videos that are going to perform well and get the views because we have employees to support. Like if we just, like, I would love to just do whatever theory I want, but I have to balance that with what's actually going to perform on the platform, what YouTube wants, what the community wants, because by doing that, it means the money comes in and the views, you know, the views come in, which means the money comes in, which means those employees get paid. If we can't bring the money in, then the employees don't get paid, which means we have to fire people, and we don't want to do that. So yeah, there is a lot of stress, and there's the mental. I was saying about like the mental energy and the I was saying there's a balance of controversy brings in views, and but then you take hits in mental health. So like the Sonic theory, I appreciate Ugadi, who said they love my Sonic theory. A lot of people have said that. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Lord CyberX, hi. But that was very controversial in the Sonic community. And so we get a lot of hate comments and a lot of people writing articles on Reddit, like dissing me, or like just on Twitter. Again, it's why on Twitter and Reddit and all these platforms, I have muted words like game theory and FNAF and things like that, because I just cannot deal with people talking about that and like just like going at me with absolute hate in their voices. So I just don't, I have to ignore it, but I know it's there. So I know that people are talking about me, and I know that people are, you know, criticizing me or criticizing our ideas. At the end of the day, they're just theories. They're meant to be a fun way of like, the core thing that I really am trying to bring theorist back to, or game theory back to, was the thing that started it for Matt, which was the point is to think critically about the games you consume and not taking things at face value. And I think a lot of people have forgotten that because we've done a lot of theories that are right or have been right, especially in like FNAF and stuff in the past. And so it's this thing of going, the point is to think critically about something else. Anonymous Anarchist, thank you for subscribing. And I also see we've got Devastating Demon in the chat, hello. Springtrap, hello. And Kairos, hello as well. So there's a lot of people. But yeah, so it's, people take things way too seriously, and that's sad. And exactly, Bubble Packets, hello also, by the way. But yeah, it's, you can't escape me, Tom. No, I can never escape you, Springtrap. You're always there for some reason. You always come back. And that's the challenge is, thank you for the follow. Fantasy Cat. Hello. And yeah, that's always the challenge, is having to go, like, I want theory to be a place of fun where it's like my favorite theory I have done is Shadow a genie? Which the Sonic community, lo and behold, didn't like. But I love it because the whole point is going, look at all these clues. They really, really match up well together. It kind of looks like he could be a genie, and here's a bunch of lore that says that genies are a thing, and they're related to aliens. Oh, look, Shadow's an alien. He's a genie. Is like, and that's the thing. And I'm like, it's great. It's a really fun theory, but the point is more like, do I believe Sonic is strictly Sega are going, he is a genie? Probably not. But it's fun to think about, and it's fun to explore the evidence and go, is this an alternative route or an alternative path, an alternative life, like timeline that we could do that suggests something different that gets people to think about things critically? The whole point, like, ironically, Matt was trying to spread media literacy. He was trying to get people to think about the media they consumed more critically. Don't take it at face value. Don't believe everything you hear. Just take everything with a pinch of salt and critique it and like find other evidence, look for other research, look for other sources. Make sure you're always questioning. because that's really important, especially in the world of misinformation and the internet, right? Thank you for the follow, Hanami. And so that's what he wanted to do. And so it's not about being right. Sometimes it's cool if we're right. That's really cool. It's really cool, I'll admit it. If, like with my poppy theories, if we're right and we're trying to be right, sometimes that's really cool. But sometimes it's just fun to be like, hey, here's a silly idea. What if Bing Bong was God? Is he meant to be God? Who knows? But it's fun to think about taking these pieces of evidence and going, this creates a storyline that nobody's thinking about. That's what I want theory to become again. A place of fun, a place of exploring ideas, and just enjoying the ideas, enjoying the story. Because a lot of it comes from a love. Like, again, people critique this Sonic video. Like, he doesn't know Sonic. He doesn't care about Sonic. He doesn't care about FNAF anymore. And I'm like, no. The reason I'm coming up with these alternate ideas or these different paths is going... The reason I like, it's because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of FNAF. I'm a fan of Sonic. I'm a fan of all these things. I like the franchises. And so I want to think about them differently. Rather than just going, here's the story, that's it. It's fun to think differently. It is never because, oh, I'm just doing it because we can. I always want to be a fan of the things we're covering in some capacity. I know there's indie horror stuff that people go, oh, he can't possibly be a fan of Joyville. I think Joyville had some strengths. It's not great, but I think it had some strengths. We don't want to do theories on things that I'm just like, I hate this. I don't want to do this. No more. But I'm going to do it because of the views. Like, we never want to be doing something just because the views are good. Again, let's remember we're not requesting theories here. If you want to request a theory, I highly recommend you use the Game Theory Suggestions tab on the subreddit, on the Game Theory subreddit. But, I think people get lost. Oh, this means War Dude is raiding with a party of 6. Thank you, Water Mother. Thank you so much, friend. It's so good to have you. Hope you're doing well. I think people got lost in the FNAF source and think game theory is actually finding the actual lore. I think you're somewhat right. I think the thing is, for a long time, between sort of like when you got to like after FNAF 4, so Sister Location through to like Security Breach, Matt was one of the few channels really theorizing. I know there were small ones that were, and then after Security Breach, a lot of them blew up, like ID's Fantasy, like Right Toast, like John FNAF, that sort of thing. I think a lot of people were just going, hey, I like, oh, Matt's getting theory right, or he's actually solving the lore. Thank you, Alistair, for subscribing. I think a lot of people were looking at it going, oh, this is the lore, this must be the truth, and holding on to game theory as if it was lore, or as lore as in LAW, or as if it was like set in stone. Emmy Chu, thank you for subscribing as well. I think a lot of people were just like, oh, this must be the truth because Matt Pat said it. And that wasn't always the case. And now you've got a bunch of theorists who will have very different ideas. And so people look at game theory as like this beacon of truth rather than a theory channel, which is what it's always been. I'm back from the theory. It was a great theory. Thank you, Not a Game. Appreciate it. Demonium? Yo, just hopped from the Peak Theory. I love all the channels. Been watching since primary school. Oh, well, thank you so much. Appreciate you, friend, for tuning in. It's so good to have you. I love game theory because it introduced me to a bunch of new games. Well, I'm really glad to hear that, Bubble Packets. That's great. Good, I'm playing Silksong currently. How was your stream? How was it? Gotta be going to bed. No worries, Anagoku. Great to have you. Do you like cats? Yeah, I like cats. I like cats enough. Right, so PAX. So yeah, so I did... the 8-bit concert in the evening. And so then the next day, Sunday, was my day to just explore the floor, which I also bumped into a lot of people, which was lovely. But I got to play a demo for Little Nightmares 3. That was really fun. Thank you. Can I get the blue one? Thank you. Let's give it up for Queen Steffi for getting me more. Hello, Bungo Gold. Good but tiring. I love the area so far. Tad more difficult than Hollow Knight. Yeah, I see that. So yeah, got to play Little Nightmares, which was really, really fun. I love that both yours and Ash's streams have different vibes in different chats. But they're so much fun. Oh, thank you. Any other demos? So yeah. So that was, like, I've not really played Little Nightmares. I'm a fan of Little Nightmares, I've just never really played it. Thundergirl, thank you so much for subscribing. So if you like Little Nightmares, you will probably like Little Nightmares 3. What I will say about Little Nightmares 3, my one big takeaway, you need to play it with a person. Don't play it single player and let the AI control the second character, because the AI wasn't strong enough. Like, there's a lot of mechanics where it's like, player 1 has to shoot their heads off, player 2 then has to hit the heads, and you cannot be captured by the body while you're doing that. And if you do that, like, and so the problem is, like, the AI just doesn't run properly. It really requires two people collaborating together to work properly. Hello, Raven. Great to have you. So that's, like, a big thing that I highly recommend. If you want to play it, please play it with another person rather than letting the AI control it, because I think you'll just end up more frustrated if you let the AI... Yeah, if you let the demon, the demon, sorry, it's because I seen demonium, I guess. But yeah, I think that's my big takeaway from that game. I then got to play, what else did I play? What did I play after Little Nightmares? I mean, I went and just wandered the floor for a while. Oh, I played Terrible Lizards by JT Music. So JT Music is a nerdcore channel on YouTube. I was introduced to them through Rocket Music, who is doing making the game Don't Fret. How often do I stream? I stream 3 times a week. I stream Mondays at 9 p.m. EST. I normally stream Thursdays at 7 p.m. EST. And then I normally stream on Sundays at 2 p.m. EST. Thank you for the follow, J. Fred. And so I went to... Yeah, so I got to play Terrible Lizards, which is JT Music's indie horror game. Really fun. It's got some really cool parkour mechanics, but different to, like, Finding Frankie. Finding Frankie was all about parkouring fast. JT Music's is much more about exploration. And there's some fun... I won't give it away. There are some fun twists. Thank you for the follow, Raven. There are some really interesting twists from the indie horror genre, which I really like. So he did a fantastic job. Was truly, truly wonderful. Was really lovely to play with. I got to chat to him a little bit about the behind the scenes process of, like, oh, I see you've highlighted this here. Oh, I see you've gone for this kind of mechanic here. Oh, interesting. We've been able to put together some of these details. Oh, okay. So I see you've got a date here. Okay, you've got this, like, this newspaper here through this crack. Thank you, Lico Wolf. So, highly recommend following JT Music on all places you can follow him, on YouTube and on Instagram and stuff. But he's lovely. I'm hopefully going to be going, because they're North Carolina based, so I'm hopefully going to be going for lunch with them at some point. But they were really lovely. It's a really fun game. I really enjoyed playing it, and I'm thankful that they squeezed me in to let me have a chance of playing the game. And hopefully there'll be some collaboration stuff coming with them very soon. So that should be fun. So yeah, that was really, really lovely. And then last thing I'll say before I start jumping into people's questions, the last thing I then got to do was play Resident Evil 9. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, so I got to play, Mayu, hello. Learn from your streaming channel because of today's game theory. Well, you're most welcome. Hello. You can find me on YouTube and on Twitch. And, yeah, so I got to play Resident Evil 9. It is scary. They literally put me in a dark box because I wasn't allowed to record. I wasn't allowed to take photos. They were just like, you're in this box now and you're playing this game in complete secrecy. But it was really scary. Like, you can play it first or third person. They recommend first person. I played it in first person and it was terrifying. There's a couple of bits that I was like, oh, that's not super... Thank you for the follow. Yeah, there were a couple of bits that I was like, that's not super intuitive as an idea, which is unfortunate. Basically, there's a point where a monster showed up and you run away from the monster, but you have to go and get an item by going back to where you found the monster. And normally if you go, I found the monster there, I'm not going back there. So that was a little thing. I also, because of how demos work, demos are often just like a snippet of the game, and you don't know where in the story that snippet comes from. It could be the prologue, it could be later. You never know. And so part of the challenge we had was, I don't know where this was in the game, and the monster is scared of light. And you learn this in the final cutscene of the demo, but it's like, I was running away from this monster, not knowing how to stop it, but there are all these lamps you can turn on. And it wasn't clear that, oh, you have to turn the lamp on, and if you turn the lamp on, the monster won't come into the room. Thank you for subscribing. So that's like a whole thing that you have to deal, like, so that wasn't super clear, but really fun. It feels classic Resi, and much scarier than Resi 8. So if you like Resident Evil, recommend it. The line had closed for the day. I'm so sorry, Zekrom. Resident Evil, it was packed. That was the biggest line, other than like Pokemon ZA and at Kirby Air Riders. That was the biggest line of the convention. They had to cap it so much. I got really lucky because I basically was about to join the queue. They capped the queue, and then I looked to my left and there was a thing saying media and influencer check-in, and I went, oh, I haven't booked anything, but can I check in? Is there any like slots available? And there was a slot available, so I went, I booked a slot and then came back later. So they were very, very lovely, very accommodating, very, very wonderful people. So again, very, very, very thankful to that team for letting me do that and letting me jump in. Is it scarier than Resi 7? Which one was 7? That was the family one. I think it's leaning more back into Resi 7. Resi 8 wasn't that scary. I think I would put it at least on par. Again, from the demo, from the amount I've seen, I would put it on par with Resi 7. From what I've seen. Hello, Bella. First time chatter. It's great to have you, friend. Thanks so much for tuning in. When is it releasing? I don't know. Subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing. Quackpa? Quack? When is Resi 9? Do we know? February 27th, 2026. So we got a while. I always wanted to find my own lore from a game. Got any suggestions? As in, like, how to find lore? You just have to look at the details. You have to take things in, not at face value. So, if a post, like, look at the details on a poster. What is it telling you? Is it just a promotional poster for, like, the thing? Or is it giving you a hint as to what the story is? Look at the items around. Does it give you a decade? Like, if you're seeing typewriters, that probably means it could be old. That kind of stuff. You have to kind of just think about the bigger picture stuff. And look really closely at details. With all these new people, I'm getting the vibe this week's GT has has the infinite follower exploit. Earthwig, you would not be incorrect. It's Peak, and so because I played a lot of Peak, I was like, oh hey, I've been streaming this myself, and it gave me an idea. So that's why. Do I have a pet? No, I'd love one. I'd love a dog. I've always wanted a retriever, or a Burmese mountain dog, but we're in a rental property. I'm on a visa. We're not sure if we're going to be able to get a green card, so we're just not holding off for now. What is your favorite Poppy playtime character? Good question. I'm a big fan of the Doctor. I think Harley Sawyer was the best character they'd made, and I'm really gutted that they, like, defeated him. We'll see if he comes back in some way. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but he was definitely the best one. But yeah, and so I played Resident Evil, and then the rest of PAX was really chill. They had a there was a creator lounge run by Red Bull, and they were doing like mocktails with Red Bull, and it was sponsored. It was like in collaboration with Peak, so I got some free Peak codes that we'll probably do a giveaway at some point, so you guys can get some free codes for Peak if you haven't played already. There was a photo booth. Again, I'll be uploading photos from my time at the Peak booth at some point. But that was really fun. There was some incredible artwork being done at in the Peak booth. So that was really, really fun. And I hung out again, did a lot of hanging out with Tetrabit, which was really lovely. Got food, chilled out, went and got drinks and food with Tabs. And yeah, just kind of then just chilled out for a bit and got on my plane home. And that was my experience because I only did 2 days. It's over 4 days. It's like Friday through Monday, but I only did 2 days. It was really, really fun. Really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, that was my PAX experience. I got to play a lot of fun games. I also just saw a lot of merch and a lot of other games. There are some other really cool games. I wanted to talk to Dread XP, but they were super busy. So I didn't get to chat to them, which is a bit of a shame. I would have loved to have chatted to them about Amanda and collaborating with them and stuff like that. But hey ho. Thank you for the follow. Kooky. So yeah, that was a bit of a shame. Sharky, thank you for the follow as well. But yeah, and I loved it. So I'd love to go back again next year. I've always wanted to go to PAX or VidCon, but I'm always awful at planning. Yeah, I understand that. To be fair, last year was my first ever VidCon, and this was my first ever PAX. But yeah, really enjoyable. Lots of really cool stuff. If you're into like merch, there's a lot. Oh, I did get one thing. I did get one piece of merch. Tetrabit was looking to get some pins, and they were on like an offer. So at the back there, I don't know if you can see it. I don't really want to take it off, but there, that pin at the bottom, that is a pin of Yor from Spy X Family, if you know what Spy X Family is. It's an anime that Steffi and I have been watching and really, really loving. So that was a Yor pin that I got for free. So again, thanks to Tetrabit. I'm sorry if you already answered this and I missed it, but are you attending PAX East this year? There's no PAX East this year, isn't it? I thought PAX East was next year now. PAX East. When is the next PAX East? Yeah, it's March next year. So the answer is maybe. I might do PAX. It would be really convenient to do PAX. I hope there's a Steel Wool booth at PAX next year. Thank you for subscribing. Later, Kairos. Enjoy bed. Andy, hello. Oh, and of course, yeah, Zekron gave me some stuff. Actually, you know what? I will. I'm going to take it off the hook, and I'll show you guys. Because it's just on a hook. So I can just kind of bring it and show you. Let me get my headphones back on so I can hear. Do you go to events in the UK? Less so these days. Like, we're hoping to get to some events in the UK, but it's harder now that I live in the US. Hello, SMH Shake My Head Academy. So good to have you, friend. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, so I got a bunch of pins. But yeah, this pin here, this Yor pin. Yor is one of best girls in anime right now for me. I've got a whole video planned for my personal channel about why you love Spy X Family, and it's all to do with how the characters are designed, because I think the designs are very cleverly done. And then yeah, Zekron gave me this one, which is an Ash Sora crossover, which is really fun. SM Shake My Head Academy, you can ask a question. All we ask is that you don't suggest a theory, and if you do ask something that's theory related, it is at my discretion whether I answer it. But yeah, so that's Zekron. The one Zekron got. I'll hang that up after stream. I can't be bothered to go back and stream it up now. And then he also got me this sticker of a heartless version of Eevee. For those of you who don't know, Eevee is my favorite Pokemon. I haven't stuck it on anything yet. I need to find what I'm going to stick it on. But yeah, it's my heartless Eevee, which is really cute. Your pin is based. Thank you. Raven, who's your favorite FNAF character? I'm a Mangle guy. I love Mangle. Mangle is underutilized and has some really interesting lore and history with the franchise that they refuse to confirm. But keep alluding to. Yes, choosing a sticker location is such a final decision. I get it. Yeah, it's hard. Stick it to a magnet. Ah, interesting. That's not a bad idea, Akira. If you could be in any anime, which would you be? I mean, I'm a big fan of Full Metal Alchemist. I know there's a whole war going on, but I do love the whole, like, again, I know I wouldn't be able to clap either. I would have to, like, have the markings and stuff, but, oh, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is my favorite, for sure. Do you have a favorite YouTuber? Not really. My favorite YouTuber, ironically, was MatPat for a long time. And then I got to know him as a friend, and then it felt weird to make him keep him as my favorite YouTuber when he was like an IRL friend. That felt weird. Who do I watch without fail? Who in my subscriptions do I always watch, regardless of what it is or when they post? It's one of those things, I watch such a variety of stuff that it's hard to say that one person is my favorite. Like, I'm a big fan of Sorted. I'm usually a big fan of Markiplier. I'm a big fan of Alpha Rads. Big fan of Linus Tech Tips. Big fan of Alex Myers. I wouldn't say I have one who's like my favorite. The SMH in my name stands for Science, Math, and History. The theory channels inspire me to make educational videos. Oh, or edutainment videos. Well, SMH Academy. I might just call you Academy from now on then, if it's not Shake My Head. But Academy, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we inspired you to make some cool stuff. That's really fun. The honest truth is, Game Theory inspired me to make videos years ago. I made media educational edutainment videos, and then here I am today. So no, really, I'm really glad. Manners, hi Tom, just finished the peak video, didn't know you streamed. Well, here I am. Thank you so much for joining, friend. It's great to have you. If you haven't already, please consider liking the stream and subscribing. I enjoy Jay Foreman and Mattman. Yes, Jay Foreman is also a very good one. Grian, 100%. I don't think I missed a single video of his in 4 years. Yeah, I watch a lot of Grian, to be fair. Stick it to the stickmen. What is this? Mine says it's only, oh no, it is available. Oh, it's early access. Is this based on, the Stickmen versus, like, the animator stuff on YouTube? Or is this a separate thing? Interesting. Smosh Games. I haven't watched Smosh Games in years. I used to watch Smosh Games religiously when it was like Mari, Joven Shire, Sohinki, and Lasercorn, who I've met, and they're wonderful. Thank you for subscribing, Manus. Yeah, they were. And Remy Tails, hello, came directly from the Peak video. Well, hi, it's so good to have you. Gotta head out because I'm almost at my hotel. Well, Abgrew, enjoy. Yeah, Smosh Games I used to watch all the time with that old crew, and I got to meet them at VidCon last year. They're so lovely. They're wonderful people. Oh, yeah, Bose used to be... Yeah, Bose was one of those interesting ones that... And Bose will admit, like, it didn't really make sense. But hey, good for them. My question is, can you give the broad strokes of how you got hired at Theory? Broad strokes. I was losing my job at Disney. I was going freelance. I had found an email address for Theorist, like a business email. So I emailed and just said, hey, I'm about to lose my job at Disney. Here's my resume and all my experience. I would like to work for you. I've been a fan for this long. Here are a bunch of YouTube videos I have made, which are a similar style to Game Theory, which is true. If you go back to my dead channel, they exist. And then 2 months later, I hear back. They asked me what I wanted to do. I said I wanted to try being a writer. They let me audition as a writer. They liked what I did, so I was brought on as a freelance writer. Thank you for subscribing. Demonium, I guess. But yeah, so they brought me on as a freelancer because of my producing experience. They were then like, oh, hey, your writing's really good. You also have producing experience. We're creating this new role called creative director. Are you interested? And what channel do you want to be for, game or film? I had an interview with Matt. They decided I should be the game guy. I said, yes, I'm interested. And then like a few months after that, I got hired to be the creative director of Game Theory. Little did I know that was always, the plan was always to have me be host. Matt had been planning it for a long time. They had always planned for it to hand off. So they brought me on as creative director because they're like, he's good at writing, he's good at producing, and he has got some level of stage presence. So let's bring him on because he could replace Matt as the game theorist down the line. So we did that, brought me on, and then the rest, as they say, is history. That is the broad strokes. Imagine an alt universe where Tom is the host of Film Theory. It would have sucked. It would have sucked. It wouldn't have been anywhere near as good. Damien is a fave. I want to meet Damien because I'm trying to get into voice acting. So I'd like to meet Damien at some point to talk to him about exactly that. You worked at Disney? I worked at Fox and Disney prior to working here. Hello, Cheese Boy. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I worked as a creative producer at Disney. Before that, I was a production assistant and junior producer at Fox. Those were my first proper jobs in the industry. I'd also worked as a runner for Britain's Got Talent, for the Teletubbies, for Take Me Out. I worked on a Chase and Status music video. There's a bunch of stuff. So I was a proper television person, but I remember at Fox, but the big thing is that at Fox and Disney, I really remember going, I love YouTube. There's a bunch of really cool stuff on YouTube that we could utilize for YouTube and social media and all of this stuff. And they were like, no, that's just kids in their bedroom. They're not making proper TV. That was basically the messaging. And so I was never really, I very much felt overlooked, or that my opinions didn't matter. Because again, I was also, at Fox especially, I was the bottom rung of the ladder. And so I transitioned. When I left that, when I was let go from Disney, I found a bunch of, I was working, like I'd done a bit of YouTube work. I worked for the infographics show as a writer on the side. But I basically was looking at stuff and going, okay, I can freelance in traditional media because I've got that experience. I can do some little corporate stuff, but I'd like to try freelancing for YouTube, which is where I reached out to Matt and a bunch of other YouTube channels to try and do that, which is really fun. And so I did the transition from traditional media to YouTube, literally as like the traditional media was kind of starting to lose its way and die out and move into the digital media space. And yes, the Teletubbies. Pedikin. It was great to meet you at PAX West. I just got here. I didn't know you worked on the Teletubbies. Yes, hello. It was great to meet you too. Thanks so much for tuning in to the stream. Yeah, it was so great to chat to you. Guys, I'll share some pictures later. But Pedikin and I had a long, long chat in the Creator Lounge talking about YouTube and strategy, and there are some pictures we got at the Peak booth. But go and subscribe to him. He's great. Demonium, please go and enjoy your sleep.
Now we're
Enjoy.
lurking.
Thank you for the lurk. Enjoy. On a scale of 1 to 10, how cute is Trufflefoot? Oh, Truffletoot. Truffletoot. Toot. He's very cute. He's just a little guy. I love little guys. Sue me. Although I'm scared to see what he'll be like in the next Ban if he's, like, grown up now. Oh, is there a honey bunny? Honey bugging, you're picking bogeys, bruh. No. Why would you do that to me, Akira? Funny, okay. Well, we're ready for this chat. Nice soft one today. Nanny, don't be trouble now. Honey buddy always coming in and causing trouble. Yeah, Akira, no, Mystic makes a good point. If you're new and you don't know, there is on the channel, on the YouTube channel, there is a video game called hello, thank you for the follow, called the Dapper Iceberg, which is a playable, you know those iceberg memes where it's like, here's the shallow information, here's the deep information? Our wonderful mod Zekron made a playable version of that. So there's a game, an RPG. Oh! Mira, thank you so much for the raid. How is your stream? How you doing, raiders? Hope you're doing well. Hi again. Great to have you. How was stream? You doing good? Mods, can we get a lovely shout out for Mira, please? But how you doing? Stream went lovely. It did buckling down the first Hollow Knight. Oh, you're catching up. Very, very good. Thank you for subscribing, Super Smash Clippy. I hope you enjoyed. Well, Raiders, if you're new here, hello, my name is Tom, otherwise known as Dapper Mr. Tom, otherwise known as the host of Game Theory. It's so good to have you. Today, we're just chatting. I was at PAX last weekend, so we figured we would just chat away. You can ask me questions. We just launched a Peak Theory over on Game Theory, and so people are coming over from that because we play Peak on the channel. Thank you for the follow, Pedikin. Appreciate it. And so, yeah, we're just here. But if you need to raid and run, totally understand. Please go and get a drink, go get a snack, take a nap, whatever it is you need to do. That's always important. Look after yourself. But if you're willing to stick around and you're willing to follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, please do. You're most welcome. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Devil Plays. Uli as well, I see you in the chat. Hello. It's 8 p.m. for me in the UK. Ah, another Brit. Good to have you, friend. Figured I'd come over here as well. And let's get a shout out for Pedikin as well, if we can. How was PAX? PAX was good. Busy. I was exhausted. Why is the shout out not working? Is it shout out or is it not just SO on Twitch? So many shout outs today, it's a busy one. Steffi did Mira. I have 11 seconds to wait. Fair enough. Steffi got me earlier. Okay, good. Good, good, good. I want to make sure people that raid or show up do get the wonderful shout-outs they deserve. I was so quick you didn't even see it. Well, exactly that. Call me thee. You guys are great. Steffi max the speed. Absolutely. There we go. There's the shout out. How often do you stream, Cheese Boy? I stream 3 times a week. We typically stream on Mondays at 9 p.m. EST, Thursday 7 p.m. EST, and Sundays at 2 p.m. EST. This is an unusual stream. It's just because my schedule tomorrow is really busy. But if you want updates, I'm trying to update and produce schedules across all platforms. But the best place to go is our Discord, which is linked in the channel stuff. It's also, if you're on YouTube, linked in the description. Please do go and check out the Discord because I have a channel there which you can sign up to be a notificationer, and you will get notifications every time I go live. So highly, highly, highly recommend you go there if you haven't already. May I ask if you are getting recognized in public? No, is the answer. At PAX, I got recognized a lot, walking around, even just like outside at PAX, because obviously everyone there is gamers and looking and interested and like are aware. And especially after my panel, everyone suddenly realized I was there because people were posting about it. But I do not... Ved, GG, hello, it's great to have you. But I haven't actually been recognized all that much. Honestly, just out and about. There has been the odd occasion. I got recognized once in a line at Disneyland in California when I was there for an event. And is Monday usually collab day? Yes, that's why it's at 9 p.m. is because we're working with the West Coasters. So there was that one. I don't think I've been recognized all that much just out in public generally. Honestly, if I don't have my hair up or I'm wearing different glasses or not wearing glasses and I'm not wearing like jackets, I'm just in t-shirts and stuff, people don't recognize me. I just kind of blend into the background as generic white dude, which is why I was surprised I didn't get noticed as much as well, not surprised. It's why I feel like I wasn't recognized as much as I could have been at PAX, because I just kind of blend in as generic white guy. Yes, I have seen that it crashed the game stores. How was my flight back? My flight back was good, thank you. It was fine. Like, it was only a 4-hour flight, 4.5 hours, which was good compared to the way in, because we had the tailwind, so it was much faster. So that was really nice. That was really, really nice and easy. And just a good experience. Yeah, without context, that's the thing. So if I'm just walking around like this, right? Suddenly, I don't look like me. And if I've got big sunglasses on, suddenly I don't really look like me anymore. It is very much the hair up, glasses on. You do kind of look like a more handsome version of the default me. That is... I'm not sure whether to be impressed or insulted. But, you know. Thank you, I guess. Do I have a favorite character in Dandy's World? Not really. It's been a while since I jumped into that game. I really like the design of just Dandy. I think Dandy is really fun as a design, but I don't necessarily have a favorite. New subscriber, Malix. Malix Animates. Thank you for subscribing, friend. Great to have you. Clark Kent moment, right? People say, oh, he's just glasses. You wouldn't notice the difference. Yes, you would. You wouldn't. You would. It's harder to recognize because these really frame the face. Wait, you're a basic white guy? I thought you were British. Honey, honey, we're white. Thank you, Avery, for subscribing. In Britain, we're white. In Britain. You know why you have a bunch of white people? Because we sent them over. The British, the French, the Spanish. We sent a bunch of people over who are white or white passing. That's why you Americans are white. Tom's voice is iconic. Oh, thank you. We kicked you out. Yeah, and then you kicked us out, but that doesn't mean you weren't British people. You were British people that decided we wanted to be independent. It was like, and had been there for a little bit, and so we're like, no, we're Americans now. But you were still like fundamentally British, Spanish, French. May I ask what's going on with the Wear Matt Pat website? Don't know. That's a Matt thing. Matt was running, that was solely Matt and Steph running that outside of Theorist. So we have no insight into that. That's very much a them project. We were basic first. Were you though? We've been around in Britain for thousands of years. And you basic white people in America had only been around for what, 200, 300 years? So arguable. Honey, you're not going to win this argument with me. The pubs are... Yeah, there are pubs older than your country. It's true. We have castles older than your country. We have houses that are older than your country. I feel like you would get recognized a lot in France. I say that as no one I know who is also French watches... Yeah, that makes sense. You guys have fancy tea and pretty dresses in Quidditch. I guarantee you there were people of the era that were considered basic. We had a lot of poor people, if you want to consider that basic. I don't know how you're defining basic, but I'm pretty certain whatever you define it as, we've had it. Oh, gosh. Gosh, Honey just being an absolute gremlin of chaos. Hi, Devil Plays. So good of you to tune in, friend. How you doing? Subscriber. Eternus? Hello. Thank you for subscribing. It's good to have you, friend. Eternus, you're talking about the Roblox thing? Yeah, we talked about that earlier this stream. Yes, I am aware of the Schlep situation and the Roblox stuff generally. There's a reason we haven't done Roblox on the channel for a little bit. I made a bit of my shout. I can't believe you shouted me out. I try my best to say hello to people in chat. Like, and when new people subscribe and stuff, I try my best to call them out. That's why I have them show up on screen so I can see it. Because, you know, it's important to recognize that I am nothing without the people watching me and supporting me. So, partly cloudy, hello as well, Base Tom. Thank you, friend. Appreciate it. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Ludwig proved that when he's trying to stream. Yeah, exactly. He made a new channel with no followers and tried to gain new followers and new chatters, and it was rough. It's a very fascinating video if you try. Who is the person who voted Honey? What? I go eat now. I did my part. What? What? Is there a vote going on? Oh, who is right about the basic thing? The one person voted for Honey. I wonder who that was. It was probably Honey who voted for that. The way Sadie cut out the last part of the latest vid. Honestly, like, I said it in the episode knowing that was going to happen. I very, very, very much said it because I was hoping the editors would do that. So that was all part of my plan. You know, someone's got to make his videos funny. It might as well be me. Have a good stream, Cloudy. Back to Community Peak stream. Thought I'd stop by and say hi. Well, hello and enjoy your Peak stream. I can't devil plays. I can't give away exactly what the next theory is going to be. I don't think anyone would be able to guess what the next video is. That's all I'll say. It is an interesting... It's probably going to be considered... It's probably... Well, it is. It's less on the theory side. It is more on an interesting discussion side. We'll put it that way. What is the word that Santi says? He says buen provecho, or whatever it is. It's Spanish for like it's basically bon appetit, but in Spanish. Like good eats or something like that, or eat good. I think it's something like that. He hasn't explained it to me fully. Kitsune, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, hasn't, yeah, it's basically because he is Argentinian, he wanted to put a bit of himself into it and to mix it into, like, being Spanish rather than just the British Bon Appetit. It made more sense for him as a character. Out of all the ARGs, what have I liked the most? Will it be about Schlep? No, it won't be about Schlep. It is about something... It is about something else. That is equally as important, but it's not about Schlep. But yeah, I won't say too much more. Because you guys, you know, I am under a contract, and my contract doesn't allow me to divulge too much information. May I ask how old you are? I am 31. That's how old I am. What was I saying? ARGs. What is my favorite ARG I've done? I mean, we've done so many on the channel. I need to have a look at what ARGs we have done. Because it's been a while. Like, this is the problem. We do, you know, we're doing a new IP every single week, basically. And while some of them are, like, sequels and repeats and stuff, you do very quickly, they all start to blur into one. Game theory. It literally means good profit, but it's used as Bon Appetit. Well, there you go. ARGs. We have a playlist of ARG episodes, I think, that I can check out. ARG theories, we do. I mean, it depends on your definition of ARG, because Welcome Home is always one of my favorites. I love Welcome Home as an ARG, but I also loved Inscription was a fantastic ARG. And Shipwreck 64 is technically an ARG, and I really, really love that one. But Giggle Land is also... the problem is they're all so good in different ways. I think Giggle Land is hard. Giggle Land really requires the community to work together. Welcome Home is simple, but the story is intriguing. And Inscription is just a very fun ARG. They're all very different and require a lot of different things. See you later, Pink. Largest turning point in my life? Oh, gosh. That's a deep question for nearing the 2-hour mark of stream. Probably the biggest turning point, honestly, was breaking up with my ex. If I'm being just plainly obvious. I love how Tonki's going into NPC mode. Yeah, I just keep, like, shutting down. Yeah, breaking up with my ex was actually probably the turning point because it's what everyone's saying about marrying Steffi, because that's what led to me marrying Steffi. Breaking up with my ex, it was a 4-year toxic relationship. So, and after that, I landed my job at Fox, which sent me down the path to end up working at Game Theory in the end. It sent me down the path of realizing what I wanted out of a relationship, which led me to marrying Steffi. It led me to now moving to the US. Like, that, I feel, was the big turning point for me. Honestly. Oh, wait, are you married? I am. Happily. I've been for almost 7 years. 7 years at the end of this month, as it turns out. Our queen mod, Steffi, is my wife. Hence, she is queen mod. Oh, Mayu, you ask a very good question. Honestly, I don't know. I like them all for different reasons. So I love a good lore theory. The reason I love a lore theory is they're a bit more of what I'd call on the straightforward side. Like, people say, oh, they're complicated, and they are. But they're more straightforward because it's just about figuring out what the narrative is. What is the story? What is the message they're trying to get across? So they're really fun from that perspective. Math and science episodes are a pain in the butt because they're so complicated. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, Ace. Appreciate it. So they're really difficult from that perspective, but they're fun because they're stupid. Like, I mean, stupid lore theories are probably my favorite. So things like Peak, the one we did today, they are so fun because I'm literally going, this is stupid, but let's do it anyway. Shadow is a Genie is another really good example of this theory is dumb, but let's do it anyway. So those are probably my favorites to do, are dumb lore theories that are just like out off the wall. But I really love this crazy science videos. Like, I really enjoyed the Mario Kart ones we've done, Mario Kart World. I'm really excited for, we've got an episode coming up, which I think you guys are going to really love. That's a really silly, sciencey, mathy episode. And then the greater gaming world, like the meta videos, we've not done many of them. The big one was R&D Horror Games Getting Too Dark. Thank you for the follow, Lock and Keys. So they've been really fun. That one was really fun. I've got loads of them, like, of ideas and scripts ready to go on that exact style, and we're excited to jump into doing more of those. So I'm excited for where those ones are going to go. And I do enjoy them, but it's just different. So the fact is I try to enjoy everything we do. But yeah, I think silly lore theories are always going to be the most fun because they're normally just insane. It's why actually, while people I know hated it, I really enjoyed the whole, oh, by the way, none of FNAF 1 to 10 existed, basically. It was all just a fake and made up by Fazbear. Thank you for the follow. It was all faked and made up by Fazbear as a conspiracy. Like, that's dumb and silly, and I love it. Whether it's right or not is another matter, but I enjoy it nonetheless. Favorite subject in high school? Theater. I love theater. I love drama and theater and music. All of that was really fun. Do you do art in your free time? Not anymore. I used to. The problem is I have too many hobbies and not enough time. I used to do a lot of drawing back in the day when I was younger. My art teacher sadly killed my love of drawing, which is sad. But alas, it is what it is. We make do. We figure it out. I occasionally do little doodles, but nothing major anymore. Fellow theatre kid, of course. If you tune into my streams, there is a very strong chance I will burst into song from musical theatre at any given moment, especially when I'm with like Rye and Scylla and people who all, and Honey and people who all love musical theatre. Painting right now, enjoy. Left, hello. What music is playing right now? I feel like I recognize it. This is a lo-fi remix of a bunch of tracks from Sonic Adventure 2. This particular one is Pumpkin Hill. Yeah, Pumpkin Hill. Hello, Mr. Jalapenos. Great to have you. Cover of Golden went, gonna be golden. That's so high. Up, 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 it's a moment. Like I'm gonna be. so high. I'll be your idol. That would probably be easier to do. Hi, Tom. I have a YouTube channel. Would like to know how to expand it. Consistency. Big thing is consistency. Figuring out your niche and just uploading consistently. If you upload consistency, YouTube will continue to recommend it. If you're not already, do shorts. Sadly, everyone has to do shorts if you want to be recommended because it keeps you in the algorithm's favor. And the more shorts you can do, the better. That's quick advice for you. Just notice the FNAF books in the background. Yes! All the FNAF books, the EVs. I've got the Minecraft ores in the top. I have a Sonic Lego set. I've also got all the cooking companions. It's always fun. Garrett, hello. Mary, hello. Just watched your peak video. Well, welcome. So good to have you guys. Ace, hello. First time chatter. Thank you for subscribing. The Pack, great to have you. Say, love watching Game Theory, and I've been a follower since the beginning. Good to see you. Thanks so much, Ace. It's so good to have you. Appreciate you supporting us. Ooh, biggest lesson I learned from Matt Pat. 80% is good enough. Actually, genuinely, that was a piece of advice he gave me. I had a breakdown at one point in the middle of like recording shorts with him because I was so worried about getting the answer right and for things being perfect. I basically had a mini breakdown. And he sat me down. He was like, Tom, 80% is good enough. You need to be okay with 80% being good enough. Because it's a content treadmill. This video may not be 100%, like the best video, 100%, it's perfect. But does it matter? Because is that 20% going to really make a difference in the views or in the audience? And in a week's time, you've got another video to come out. In a week's time, everyone will have forgotten last week's video because there's a new video to talk about. So, like, you can't make every video 100%. It's just not possible, especially on a week-to-week schedule. So is that different? Is that 20% actually going to make a difference? Is it going to be make or break? Because obviously you don't want to release anything that's bad. Obviously, you don't want to do anything that's just bad. You don't want to be releasing something that's only 20% good. Obviously. But so often, 80% is good enough. And that applies not just to our work, but to all things of life. There's always the next thing. There's always another thing coming down the pipeline. You're never going to get everything at sometimes you will get at something that's 100%, and that's awesome. But you shouldn't be aiming for it to be 100%. Or you shouldn't be aiming for it. You shouldn't be stifled by the fact it's not 100%. Because if you let yourself worry about it not being 100% perfect, you're never going to move on to the next thing. And chances are that last 20% won't be the make or break difference for you. Game Theory ARG. What Game Theory ARG? Drazal, hello, and thank you for following on Twitch. Good to have you. I have zero idea what we're talking about. We're just talking about the best lesson I got from MatPat, which is that 80% is good enough. By striving for 100% all the time, like for something to be 100% as good and complete as it should be, you never move on to the next thing. Just swapped over to YouTube from Twitch. Less ads. Fair enough, Darth Vader. Good to have you. Yes, fight. Fight about if we like Sarti or not. Fight! Thank you for subscribing, Alyssa. Great to have you. Nice posts in the background. What are they? These. There's also I've got another set over here, but they're kind of reflecty. These are from the Pokemon Center. This is the travel posters set. So it's all the regions of Pokemon as like travel posters, which I just really liked. And I thought they were cute. So here they are. Is Food Theory good? I've never watched it. I enjoy Food Theory. I think Food Theory's fun because it tackles things that everyday people deal with. Like, why is matcha everywhere suddenly? Or which is the best fast food pizza? Or, you know, those sorts of discussions are always really fun for me. So I like them. That lesson from Matt really makes sense. I'm currently helping plan my best friend's bachelor trip, and I'm the best man. I'm currently stressing. Everything must be perfect. I should just calm down. Garrett, honestly, it's so true. Like, get it as good as it can be, but don't worry about everything being perfect, because lo and behold, a bachelor party or a stag do or the wedding even, things will go wrong. That is just a fact. Things at my wedding went wrong, but it will work out in the end and everything will be okay. And a lot of those little things that go wrong, people won't remember. No, don't listen to him. Make sure it's the most perfect thing ever. Dan! Hi, Dan. Hey, Dan. But also don't listen to him. He's wrong. He's a perfectionist. Don't listen to him. And Scylla too? Oh, gosh. Shout out for Scylla as well. I am wrong. Ronin Blood, hello. Glitch Dragon, hi. We've just been talking about PAX, and we've been talking about life advice and varying things. There's a lot of things happening. It's been good. It's been a lot of good questions. Twitch won't let me. I'm sure. Try it now, Steffi. Has it given you enough time? Mr. Jalapenos, if you've got suggestions for game theories, I highly recommend you go and use the game theory suggestions flare on the subreddit. I am reading those regularly and checking those out. That is the place where I take theory recommendations. We don't do theory recommendations here. This is my personal channel away from Theorist. If I want to talk about Theorist, that's my discretion, but I don't take suggestions here. Open the new Pokemon packs. New follower, Jay, that's me. Hi, thank you for the follow, friend. Good to have you. And it's all good, Mr. Jalapenos. It's all good. It's just one of those like separation points for me. So I haven't been on, keeping up with stream, been asleep, Lord Zekro. You're totally fine, Glitch Dragon. It's great to have you when you can be here. Favorite Pokemon is Eevee. Hence, all the Eevees in the background. Scylla, make a theory about me. If you want, Scylla, we can do a stream. We'll just theorize it. We'll get Sayu in, and me, you, and Sayu will just theorize about your lore. What is your VTuber lore? Why is it Scylla actually the villain to hero of the Fae? Exactly. Bet. Oh, gosh, is that the time? Gosh. I think I'm probably gonna have to call it there. It has been 2 hours, over 2 hours. We've gone for a little bit. It's been a really fun stream, but I do have other things I need to get on with today, and I also just need to rest. So with that, I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for watching. Appreciate you all so much. If you have liked the stream, if you're on YouTube, please do like the stream. Of course, if you are new, consider, you know, liking, subscribing, following, all that good stuff. It really helps us out. I need to, of course, thank our members and subscribers, especially our Dapper advisor, Zekron, and the Dapper royalty that is Queen of Obsession. Thank you guys so much. We can raid Sayu? Yeah, let's raid Sayu. If you're on Twitch, please do hold, because we will raid Sayu. Is Sayu live? I assume he is because people are suggesting him. He is live. Yeah, let's raid Sayu.
Everyone's talking about how to get more protein.
But thank you everyone for watching. Twitch Raiders, let him know that the Dapper Kingdom has arrived. That is going to be our message.
With 54 grams of protein, or the all-pro sweet onion chicken teriyaki, coming in at 58 grams of protein, all on irresistible fresh baked bread.
So the Dapper Kingdom has arrived is your message. Please do go and enjoy that raid. Oh, thank you for following, Scobs. Appreciate it. Go and raid, enjoy, and on YouTube, thank you all once again so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. So, ta-ta for now.